In the recent days, you might have seen headlines such as this: laid off more than 32,000 employees so far by companies such as Google, Microsoft, Meta, etc. And it doesn't seem to be stopping either. Every day, more and more news are coming like that. This is 2024 we are talking about. We are in February, just 2 months in, and we have already like 32,000 employees that lost their jobs. And it doesn't seem to be affecting typical users either. This is JPL. It's almost a rocket science company, and it's also going through budget cuts. Overall, in the month of January, we have these total employees fired numbers. If you look at these numbers, we are talking about companies like Google, Microsoft, UPS, Amazon, Twitch, Discord, TikTok. All these are big names in the industry. In the last 2 years, more than 100,000 employees have lost their jobs cumulatively. Is it a trend that is affecting only the technology industry? No. Retail, consumer, hardware, food, healthcare, finance, sales, education, marketing, you name it. Almost all businesses in typically all industries are laying off employees. Why is that happening? To understand that, we may have to understand the reasoning behind the layoffs. For example, take a look at this headline. This happened on 7th February, like 1 week back almost. And we're talking about a company, actually it's a UBS, one of the largest banks in Switzerland. It's planning to lay off around 3,000 employees to save $13 billion by 2026. So we are not talking about immediate term, we are talking about 2 years down the line. It's going to still continue. And this is the fine print. It's a cost cutting measure. So here is the question. Why is a bank trying to save money? The goal of any business is not to save money. The goal of any business is to make more money, to make more profits. No business will start with the aim of saving money. That goes against the whole fundamentals of business. Then why are they saving money? What are they going to use it for? That's where this report comes in handy. This is a World Economic Forum report that studied the technology adoption for the period of 2023 to 27. It identified that almost 86% of the organizations will be adopting new technologies such as digital platforms into their business process over the coming 4-year period. Similarly, 80% of the companies are going to invest in workforce development technologies, and 80% of the organizations are going to invest in big data analytics, etc., etc. Cloud computing, encryption, e-commerce, artificial intelligence. Whatever the money they are saving now, they are planning to reuse it to adapt new technologies into their businesses. Then how are these businesses and how are these technology adoptions going to affect the jobs overall? This is the impact of the technology adoption on jobs. For each technology field, it either creates some jobs or it makes some jobs obsolete, and there is a net cumulative effect. For example, if you look at the robots non-humanoid industrial automation, etc. field, we are talking about the blue line here indicates the new jobs created, almost like 25, 26, 27, maybe 30% new jobs are going to be created by having robots and industrial automation into business process. But we're going to see almost 35% to 40% of the jobs depleted or displaced with the same industrial automation. As a net effect, robots and industrial automation, drones, etc. are going to lose more jobs than they create. And one of the interesting points and interesting debates about AI that is happening right now in the industry is it going to affect job displacement, or is it going to result in new jobs being created? So here is the study. What it says is that it's going to make almost 25% of the jobs obsolete, but at the same time it is going to create 50%, almost 50% of new jobs. As a net effect, 25.6% new jobs will be created by artificial intelligence adoption to businesses. Similarly, nanotechnology, new materials, etc. The largest job creator is big data analytics. 58% net effect. New jobs will be created in the big data analytics and climate change, encryption, cybersecurity, biotechnology, environment management. All these new jobs require different skill set. The people who are still clinging to old traditional methodologies and not upgrading themselves into some of these new technologies, they are going to fall into this red line category here, red bar category. And the new bar category will be the people who will be able to adapt to these new technologies and new methods of processing business functions. This is the technology adoption metric across different verticals. Digital platforms and apps. This A stands for accommodation, food and leisure industry. B stands for agriculture and natural resources. Agriculture and natural resources, this column, it's going to heavily invest on technologies like climate change and digital platforms and e-commerce, digital trade, etc., etc. And the digital platforms and apps, almost all sectors, like for example, if you look at sector M, which stands for media, entertainment and sports, it's going to heavily adapt these digital platforms, perhaps almost completely shift to digital platform from the previous methodologies. And as a result, we are going to see a lot of effect into the jobs and the way they operate. Finally, what are the top 10 fastest growing jobs that would be in the next 4 or 5 years? This is the top 10 list as created or surveyed by the experts. The first place goes to AI and machine learning specialists, followed by sustainability specialists, followed by business and intelligence and analytics. So if you are falling into any of these categories, you may see job opportunities in the coming 4 or 5 years, and you will be able to follow the trend. So this is the moment where you can invest your time, resources and efforts in learning and cultivating yourself into these channels of jobs or the careers. Hope this information is useful. Have a good day. Bye.